Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
If you use Amazon.com to make any purchases at all, you could be supporting the David Pakman Show. It's really easy. Go to our website, davidpakman.com. On the right side of the website, you'll see a banner that takes you to Amazon. Click that, do your shopping, check out. That's it. It won't look any different. But after your purchase, Amazon will send 7% back to the David Pakman Show. You can, of course, bookmark that link and use it whenever you shop. You can also become a David Pakman Show member, made possible in part by liberalbias.com. Did you know, Lewis, that study after study after study shows that increasing taxes on the rich does not kill jobs? Isn't that weird? Because we've been saying the opposite for so long.
So I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. The only possible conclusion is that the word study itself is liberally biased. You can find out more at liberalbias.com. Today's new member of the day is Helen Garvey. Helen, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a David Pakman Show member. You and all other members are our number one funding source, Lewis.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Laura Bush. Laura Bush has come out of the woodwork. She, if you don't remember who she is, and I would understand not wanting to remember, she is the woman who was married to George W. Bush during his presidency and is still married as far as we know. And she says, you know what? We have room in the Republican Party for those people who frightened women with rape talk, presumably referring to Todd Aiken and some of those others. Here's what Laura Bush had to say in a recent interview with CNN. It's a good thing to her that there's room for that kind of nonsense in the Republican Party.
Office.
Some of the issues with women in the country, obviously, you know, last time more than half the women voted for President Obama, in part because of abortion, gay marriage, issues like that. Do you think the Republican Party has made a mistake in doubling down on those issues and making social issues so central to the platform of the party?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say that necessarily, and every candidate was different. You know, each one of them. There were obvious examples of candidates that were that I think frightened some women, but they were the exception rather than the norm in the party. And, you know, all of those social issues are very, very heartfelt by people. And I understand that. There are differences, and people, you know, there just will be. And I'm glad that in our party we have room for all of them.
Yeah.
I think that's important, too.
There you go. It's important to Laura Bush that her party have room for people who say, well, if it's a legitimate rape, the body has a way of kind of shutting that whole thing down so the woman doesn't get pregnant. Or, for example, Roger Murdoch, who said, you know, sometimes rape is a gift from God. There is God-given gift rape as well. Laura Bush says it's important that within the Republican Party, we have room for that type of nonsense.
Well, you know, like I've said before, I'm glad that the Republican Party is full of people saying things like this, because if they continue to, they're going to continue to lose.
It's a big tent party. There's apparently room for all sorts of paranoid conspiracy theories and science-less conjecture. Yeah, and Laura Bush is glad for that.
That's the place for it. It's like a big fantasy game where anything goes.
It does.
Yeah.
Anything goes.